Howdy, ho, 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 my good humans. How the hell are you doing? This is Unnecessary Rambling. I'm Brandon Sylvia, joined by the homie Loon in the build done to do some Xbox Showcase predict done. Um, yeah, elephant in the room. This is probably not going to be the most fun round of predictions as Xbox is doing some weird shit. Some weird seemingly division between
Mm.
the Microsoft initiative versus the Xbox initiative, and where the hell things lie, we really don't know, but I was really excited for this video before the Hi-Fi Rush news, man.
Yeah,
Or I should
I
say
mean
that
these things happen, unfortunately.
yeah. Man, I we not to go back into it, but it's so rare for it to happen to a studio with like that pedigree a year after releasing a game so good. But anyways, obviously Tango Gameworks and Arcane Austin we're closed down. Um, and so that definitely changes my predictions a little bit. I had
Yeah, we both had Evil Within 3 and Dishonored stuff and stuff
yeah,
like that. That was like, yeah, sure, why wouldn't they come out? They own them.
which hey, they still might fucking throw those IP to an external partner and milk the damn soul out of what was created by a passionate team and into just
Into
a
Aspire, I'm sure that'll go well.
right, right. But yeah, it's that thing where it's like, well, am I predicting games to come out and then just fucking knowing that the studio's going to get shuttered the next year? It's like yeah, the energy is not at 11. The energy is not positive, but if we're being realistic, the best way to get past bad PR is either for a banger game to drop, which maybe that's Hellblade 2, or is for a big showcase. Because if you look at last year, you had Redfall right before the Xbox showcase. And everybody forgot about Redfall after the Xbox showcase. Redfall was a disaster. The Xbox showcase last year was fantastic. And yeah, so we don't need any Phil Spencer apology tours. Let's just get a good showcase. Let's get a good game with Hellblade 2. And then, yeah, that they have to really bring it this year, though, because canceling a game is one, or canceling a studio is so much fucking worse than just releasing a bad game. All publishers release bad games, but canceling a studio after they released a great game, that's a whole different level of a black eye. So this
Unheard
showcase,
of. Hmm,
yeah,
Unheard of.
yeah. So this showcase is going to have to be hitting at 11. So,
And
yeah.
let me get that out of the way. I don't think it will.
Okay. Well,
Personally. I mean, my predictions, are hopeful, but my realistic side of seeing how they've handled it, I really don't think that they're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat,
yeah.
to be honest.
So we're separating it into three categories: realistic possibilities, our unrealistic but slightly more possible possibilities, and then our dream picks.
Yep.
And Loon, I I'm just gonna go ahead and kick it to you, man. Realistic possibility. What's your first one that you're getting on the board? Should I jot these down as we go, or
Yeah, you can do.
yeah, go over here. Pop up a new tab for us to go through. But you can go ahead, Lone, with your first prediction.
So, for me, first pick, realistic, and I think it's a very safe pick because I think this is almost like set in stone kind of thing. What we'd expect is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle getting a release date,
Okay.
giving a permanent release and being like it's coming out right here, right now, at this exact time. Not at the showcase, I should say. Um, saying like, a November 11th or whatever, as an example.
Yeah, I think that's a lock. Indy's definitely getting a release date. I would assume as well. Um, you know what? I guess I'll go ahead and get my negative on the board. I think Avowed, once again, talking about obvious, I think Avowed is there without a release date. And I think that signals to everybody it is not releasing this year.
That Obsidian is next on the chopping block.
That what we saw earlier in the year just looked really,
Uh,
really rough, man. It looked really, really rough. That combat was janky as shit. And yeah, they were talking about, I think they were saying it was a pre-alpha build, which that's kind of not the best news either, but it's a lot of time and with Indiana Jones, with they got some other shit releasing later in the year that I'm forgetting. Towerborn, Flight Sim, not a lot of first party stuff, but I don't think Avowed will be hurt too bad by skipping to 2025, but I just think they need time to clean that up. That just didn't look that great to me, in my opinion. But could be wrong. The rumor right now is that they're targeting November, but one slight slip up and you go to January pretty quickly.
yeah. For me, it'll be announcing that the new COD will be day one Game Pass.
Yeah. And that'll be at the little sideshow.
Yeah, the technically, I guess it's not part of their showcase. It's like an extension of whatever it is. But yeah, obviously, it's the big thing.
Yeah. I think I definitely think COD will be coming to Game Pass day one. I don't think they would have the show if if it wasn't coming to Game Pass. It just I don't know, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But tying to that, I don't think they're gonna have a full 30-minute show just about COD. I feel like that sideshow is gonna have other shit. I'm gonna say uh Activision Blizzard King releases 5 games into Game Pass. I think at this show, so I could if it's not at least 5 games that release into Game Pass, like at this show or immediately, like immediately after the show, then I'll get this wrong. So this is a bit on the spicier side of my picks here.
That is spicy. That is
I
spicy.
I think the game that makes the most sense to me is Deadpool with the Deadpool Wolverine movie coming out next month. I also think obviously, you'll get a few COD games, a couple COD games that are announced at the show. So I think likely what'll happen is that you'll probably get like 3 Call of Duty games announced at the sideshow, and then 2 Activision or Blizzard games, one Activision, one Blizzard game announced at the actual like Xbox showcase. So maybe think something like a crazy World of Warcraft, version on Game Pass, a console version of World of Warcraft. Like, I'm not saying that specifically, prototype and Deadpool or whatever. You know what? Spyro Reignited trilogy coming to Game Pass. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming to Game Pass that day. And then
Mm.
3 Call of Duty games as well. So hopefully that makes some sense.
Yeah, no, that's very similar to what I've wrote down here as my third. I think, as I said about the new COD game day one, the follow-up to that would be Call of Duty games in general adding to Game Pass, and I think it will start with two at the beginning, and that will be Black Ops 1 and Call of Duty 4.
Okay, so Black Ops
I think
1.
they'll I think what they'll do is how they'll handle the trickling out is like either every month or every other month, give us a Treyarch and then an Infinity Ward Call of Duty until they've worked through the whole catalog.
You said Black Ops 1 and Call of Duty 4
Yeah, COD 4.
Game Pass. Perfect. All right. So I we have 5 of the how many of these did we do?
8.
8 of these. Okay. So we're doing 8 of our realistic possibilities, 5 slightly unrealistic, and then 3 dream picks.
8 realistic, 5 unlikely, 3 dream, yeah.
Okay. And I'll separate these here in a second. Um I let's get back to negative land. Gear 6 is of course announced. I think Gear 6 is announced and we see it and we're like, yo, what the fuck? This looks so damn sick. Like unbelievable. I can't believe that this is on an Xbox Series X. And then it's revealed it's not, that it's on their next gen box.
Oh, oh God, that will go down well.
But that's not even my negative. I would kind of be positive about that. I think it'll still come to Series X, obviously, but I think it'll be running, yeah, running on next gen, running because we don't know the name of it, so we'll just call it next gen Xbox. And I think the negative is that it's also announced that a Gears Remastered collection is coming to PlayStation. Maybe not at this show. Maybe they just announced the collection at the show, but after the show, immediately it's announced that it's coming to PlayStation.
Bold predictions.
Yeah, I think that everything's gonna eventually at this point. It's the Microsoft era. I think there's no sacred cow. I don't believe. I think everything's coming.
It's funny that we kind of are leveling out into somewhat similar territories. Like both started with like a release date, both Game Pass prediction. Because I have something that's related to PlayStation as my fourth
Okay,
as well.
hit me.
I don't think it's probably what most people would expect, but with Sea of Thieves kind of taking off, I think they're going to announce some kind of big form content on the horizon for it. So Sea of Thieves content,
Expansion.
yeah, or something along them lines to capitalize on that ridiculous amount of new PlayStation players that they've been able to scoop up.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very, very safe, realistic possibility there. I mean, that thing is doing gangbusters over there on PlayStation. All right. I shit, man. I'm going to go. Let's go positive.
That'd
Doom Year Zero announced for a 2025 release date.
be all for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's time. We've heard the rumors, obviously, the rumblings that this thing is in production. And yeah, let's just hope that God they can get it out before fucking
Did you play either of them two newest Doom games?
I played a little bit of Doom Eternal, not much at all. It's not really my style of first person shooter. I like a little bit more story. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, definitely fucking fantastic gameplay.
Well, negative. I've this was written before a lot of the other stuff trickled out, but I still think that they need there will be some further addressment of the studio closure. I think.
Think so.
I think that there's a reason that Spencer and Booty didn't make an appearance. They didn't make a trio appearance. That they have to acknowledge it somehow and say something because they're Xbox and they can't help but say something.
We are so in sync. My fifth pick, Phil Spencer, will not be on stage.
Resigns.
Yep.
Oh damn! I
I
think he's
think
gonna make an appearance.
no, I don't think he'll be on stage. I think you'll see Matt Booty. I think you'll see Sarah Bond. I think you'll probably see Todd Howard. Maybe Kojima. You'll see some big names up there. But I don't think you'll see Phil Spencer. I think that this will be like the obvious telltale sign that yeah, shit, he's out of there. I think Phil Spencer is going to end up leaving. That's probably once I got some crazy ass predictions for my realistic, but um, and maybe that's giving him too much credit, but I I I, I just don't feel like he is sitting well with the studio closures and all that. And if he is, then hey, I could be definitely reading the room wrong, but man, I have to imagine that shit's eating him up inside to the point where he's probably ready to get the fuck out of there and go on to because I mean he's got fuck you money at this point. I mean he's making like probably
Yeah.
$20 million a year, something like that. So
Well, we
we
saw. one of the biggest Xbox icons, Major Nelson, stepped down, I think, last year. He did the Xbox podcast thing, whatever. I can't remember the exact name of it, if it was that, with the other guy. So it's definitely, and they were like the core team as well. Like that guy's been around since day dot, and you drove him out of the company. Like he cared about stuff, and you've
Yeah.
completely destroyed it, and that's really sad. But a little bit more positive, I guess. Lords of the Fallen Game Pass drops at the show as a title. It's already been like rumored that they're in talks with what's their name? CI Games, whatever it is, whoever the publisher and stuff is, as the next big thing. So I think at the show is when they'll be like, "Here you go."
Like a shadow drop.
I wouldn't say shadow drop 'cause people know that it's coming to Game Pass, so that's not like me being a prophet of like, oh, I've got knowledge no one else has. But I think that if there's going to be a time when it would drop, it'd probably drop there.
Perfect. All right. I will move on to Clockwork Revolution. It'll obviously be there, or I would assume obviously be there. We saw a good bit of it last year at the show. I think it was rated in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we're getting a 2025 date given to Clockwork Revolution. Game looks absolutely fantastic. And yeah, In Exile, incredibly talented studio. So seeing them take a huge leap forward to making a really ambitious title, hopefully they'll let this thing cook and maybe they can get a franchise out of it. So Clockwork
Yeah.
Revolution gets a 2025 date.
So
Here's
linking somewhat into your third point as to what things would come to PlayStation, and I think Gears will. I think they're still going to be balancing the smaller titles first. I think we'll see an Ori, Sunset Overdrive, or Recall be announced that is coming to PlayStation.
what was the last game? Recore?
Recall, yeah, because they many years ago reached their their ceiling of sales. So
Oh,
you may
absolutely.
as well throw them onto another platform to get something.
Sunset makes a lot of sense with obviously Insomniac. Um, I fuck man. I'm gonna go. I don't. This is just fuck it. It's a pretty safe one, pretty boring. Double Fine will pop up. I'm gonna go with a new IP. I don't think it'll be Psychonauts related. I don't think it'll be anything previously that they've worked on at Brutal Legends 2 or anything like that. I think it'll be a new IP. I think it will, our, you know what, we'll add to it. Will feel AAA. I think this will be like, because Psychonauts 2 felt AAA. I think this will be in a similar camp of like, oh yeah, they're really cooking something pretty big here. And because they're so consistent, they put out games so consistently that 2021 to 2026, that means they're cooking up something pretty big. And if they show it here, that means it probably drops 2026. They used to put out games annually. So I think they're cooking something pretty big.
um, Links into free again. They show Gears 6, but no date
Gear
is what I
6, no
said.
date.
Gears 6, no date. I won't go as far as to saying it running on the next generation, but then I didn't even like consider that. I think that's me just being so behind and feeling like there's so much longer left of this generation, but that realistically there really isn't.
Totally. I will run with, oh, I got two that I'm really debating on, and we'll rattle off some of these after we finish, just other ones that are realistic possibilities. I'm gonna say Fable real gameplay, 2025 date leaves us underwhelmed.
Mm.
Think we'll see real gameplay of it running. I think that it will. I don't think it'll even be like the weird shit where people are like, "Oh, the character's ugly." Like, I don't think it's going to be any kind of controversy that's like predictable, just bottom of the barrel internet trolls. I think it'll be actually people going, that
This is what
doesn't."
we've been waiting for.
Yeah, I think it'll be people going, "That doesn't look too hot." Um,
Yeah, I could see it.
because there was all the rumors about Playground really kind of struggling to find their footing with this game. And last year we saw that really good cinematic showcase that was, all in engine, but in engine is not gameplay. And there was
Nope.
that little snippet of gameplay, but once again, that is a very, very, very meticulously crafted to fit into this cinematic lens that they wanted to present the game inside of. So yeah, those are our eight. You want to rattle off some other ones that you had on the docket?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't I didn't
No, you're
have
good.
any more. Like it really did hit hard as to like what it felt like a gut punch for a lot of this stuff. And it
Totally.
was kind of left me feeling scrambling.
Hey man, that's the thing. We're only going to be honest here, and if that's the way we feel going into this, that's the way we feel. And then listen, we're going to be honest coming out of it. And if you listen to my last year when I reviewed the Xbox Showcase, I praised that thing left, right, and center. And say what you will, I'm going to be where the games are. If this showcase is fucking awesome, I'm going to tell you the showcase is awesome. The Evil
Hmm.
Within 2 is my favorite game, second favorite game of the generation last year. I love Tango more than 99% of people on the planet. But if this showcase rules, you'll be finding me playing my damn Xbox. Like I'm not boycotting shit. If there's stuff I want to play, good games, you'll find me where the good games are. I hate to sound like a consumerist fucking truffle pig, but I'll be playing the damn games where the games are. But a couple of shout outs, Shattered Space, Starfield. I think we'll see the land vehicles with this update. I think we will. I think you'll also, similar to Gears, you'll see it at the showcase, and then after the showcase, it'll be announced that it'll be coming to PS5 when Shattered Space launches. Um, and Indiana Jones, like you said, we'll obviously see that. One I'm really unsure of is State of Decay 3.
I don't even know what the hell was going on with that.
Yeah. I because there was the rumor of Coalition going in and trying to help them with like Unreal Engine 5. So that game on UE5 could be fucking incredible, but there was also all the reports of Jason Schreier stating this studio just has tons of internal issues. So I don't know. I feel like it is definitely time to see it, but I'm not confident in that at all.
I'm not confident in it one bit. I love both of the games, but they played like shit. And I think that that's what they were comfortable with making. And they've been pulled onto this to make it into a trip, but they don't have, not to sound horror, they don't have the skill to pull that off on that scale.
Yeah.
That's why they're struggling so much. That's probably why there's so much internal strife and conflict. Because it's like they're wanting us to do something we're not capable of doing. The coalitions come in, and then it's like that thing where if it's like an FBI and a police thing, like you have two they're meant to be working together, but they oppose each other at the same time
Right.
because you have butting heads and stuff like that. So it's like you've brought these people in, to make a game that is our game and stuff like that. We wouldn't walk in and make a Gears game instead. Yeah, it's probably very messy.
Flight Sim, I think that Flight Sim's the perfect summer game. I think it'll get like an August release date, something like that at the showcase. Just makes total sense for a summer game, cruising around, seeing some pretty views, all that good shit. South of Midnight, it'll definitely be there. I this is another one that was rated, I think, in Australia as well. I'm gonna say early 2025 for that. Um, I actually I think the gameplay is going to be much more impressive with South of Midnight than people are expecting. I think it'll have like some Shadow of the Colossus style energy with it, and with like a real narrative focus. I think that game could be really cool.
Mm.
So I think that is about everything that I had jotted down. Towerborn, of course, the Banner Saga team, much smaller game, seemingly supposed to launch this year. So you should probably expect that one to pop up. And actually, I have a couple other things here. Shit, Path of the Goddess, I think that'll definitely be there. Overdose from Kojima, I think has a strong likelihood of showing up. It's supposed to be this like super small experimental cloud project. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
hoping it's
don't,
grown into something bigger though.
I don't think it has. I've been keeping up with Kojima. It's not 100% set in stone, but he seems like he's done with games. Like once Death Stranding 2's done, I think he's just moving away from the space. I think what he wants to make is films and like experiences like that and stuff like that. Like he's been sharing so much to do with films as of late.
He's got that
Um,
Fizzant game, the PS5 exclusive or PS6
yeah,
exclusive.
I think we're gonna see the thing where he probably takes like a much more laid back approach though. I don't think it's
Shinji.
gonna be as hands on like Shinji did, yeah, personally.
Um,
So,
yeah, let's see. Perfect Dark. I did.
ugh.
Seems like that game is in trouble. I feel like that should be a realistic possibility, but it seems like it's not. So yeah, those are kind of all the ones that I thought of in the realistic possibilities camp. But now we move on into this is much more fun to me, getting a bit silly. Unrealistic, but still possible. Loon, you are on the clock. What is your first unrealistic but still possible prediction?
Doesn't really do much for me, but I'll be honest, I was kind of surprised by how many people brought this up in like comment sections. Uh, Unlikely, like I said, but still possible. I think they'll try and finish the single player patch for Redfall,
Hmm.
maybe, considering it was already mostly done.
Yeah, I
Not that I care for it. I'm not gonna play it regardless, but it's something that, it's been out what, over a year now, Redfall.
yeah,
How the hell has that not been patched? So they
because
must have been close.
I know that supposedly they were like working on something that just got canned recently. I don't know if it was that. There's been so much damn Xbox news that
Yeah.
I can hardly keep up, but
But that's
I,
why it's in the unrealistic.
totally. I am gonna go. I'm gonna go Judgment 3. This is a weird one.
That is.
It
You
to me,
think?
so RGG has gotten real cozied up with Xbox as of late.
Hmm.
Yakuza 7, what was it? It was the
Like a Dragon
Ishin,
Gaiden and Ishin.
yeah. And then a lot of other Sega games, getting cozied up with Xbox with Game Pass deals and this, that, and the other. And I I think that because I believe Infinite Wealth was Xbox had the marketing deal, right?
Yeah, it was everywhere.
So I think that I don't know if necessarily Judgment 3 will come to Game Pass, but I don't think that's really a bad idea because the series doesn't have the steam that Yakuza does, but Yakuza didn't have the steam that Yakuza does until it came to Game Pass. So like
Yeah.
I don't know, I think you could kind of repeat it, have you Judgment 1, 2, and 3 all available on Game Pass.
Surprised it exists at all.
with the
With the
voice
con
actor.
with the controversy, would it have to be a recast of the character?
It could be. The only thing he didn't want was, or his agent didn't want was he didn't want it to be on PC. So maybe they just do no PC, but that would kind of.
That that you no, they would have to. They couldn't release a game exclusively on Xbox, not PC.
Well, I
It's the
mean, it'd be
whole
on
MO.
PlayStation.
Yeah, but for like a deal with Xbox, stuff like that, they would have to have it. There's no title moving forward now where it only releases on an Xbox console and doesn't release on PC.
What if I know we're talking way crazy shit, but what if a Grand Theft Auto 6 wanted to announce it at Xbox Showcase? I
See,
know
but
Judgment doesn't.
that's a different kind of pool.
Yeah.
So that would probably turn heads, but yeah, I don't think Sega has that much pull.
Nah, they don't. But I'm gonna say Judgment 3. Um and also the dude could fucking fire his agent, you know?
I don't think you can. The way agencies work in Japan is very, very, very strict.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
Like, like, oh, I can't remember what the hell it is. They kind of touch on it in the Yakuza games and stuff of just how much control they have over every aspect of your life, like controlling your haircut, what you wear, and stuff like that. Like it's
Oh my
so,
God.
so different to like the US. That's why I'm like kind of with that knowledge, I'm like, I don't know if Judgment Free because he was also tied up in like something drug related, and that's really, 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 really damaging to the
Oh
brand of the thing
shit.
to the point where they will shun you of your casting agency and stuff like that
I didn't
and
know
just
all
kill your
that.
career. Yeah. But I hope Judgment Free
Yeah.
comes out.
I
So
love
it's a
those two
good
games.
spin-off. It's a good spin-off of the series.
What's your second pick,
Um,
man?
Capitalizing on the Fallout show. Unrealistic, but I want this probably more than what will actually realistically happen, but give us the original Fallouts. Give me Fallout Tactics 1, 2, and Brotherhood of Steel HD remasters.
I'm gonna throw Fallout 1 and 2 remaster. That cool?
Yeah, just put Fallout Classics.
All right.
'Cause,
Yeah,
Um,
makes sense.
yeah, because I would be a little bit hesitant to put that there, but for cry, they gave Wasteland 1 a
Right.
re-release. Like, no one asked for that. No one asked for that. There's at least some pull with Fallout to get them games on a console.
Well, Loon, once again, we're in sync, my friend. Fallout New Vegas 2
Ooh.
announced. I think that this is going to be the same type of shit with the Elder Scrolls 6 where you throw it up there just to let people know it's in the works, but it's 12, 15 years away. I think this thing will not see the light of day for some time, but you
Oh.
see from the creators of Fallout New Vegas, and they'll put some silly spin on it. Fucking da 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 da, a totally new idea in a totally new world. And then at the end of it, Fallout New Vegas 2. Like from the creators of Fallout New Vegas 1 doing this totally new thing that is
Get
Fallout New
Walton
Vegas 2.
Goggins coming out.
Yeah, I think that it
You
gets
ain't
announced.
seen nothing, boy.
Or I shouldn't say I think it gets announced. I think it's unrealistic, but I do think it's actually possible because we know that with the show, uh, uh you know, we're likely going to be exploring some New Vegas territory in the
Hmm.
future. So I think that New Vegas 2 just makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And as what's it? Avowed is coming to the end of its development cycle. It makes sense as well.
Yeah, and they have multiple teams over there. One's working on the Outer
Yeah.
Worlds 2, which I assume a lot of people will leave Avowed, end up going to that to really prioritize the Outer Worlds 2. But I could honestly see New Vegas being prioritized over everything at this point.
Hmm.
65 million fucking viewers. So
Uh, yeah. Another thing where it's like it'll be announced. It already has been announced, and 20 years later, Hollow Knight, Silk Song release date.
What you thinking that release date is? Yeah, this
uh,
this doesn't have to be a part of your prediction, but
what I also wrote down, I even jokingly debated putting this in the dream section.
yeah.
Um, I just needed to fill it. It doesn't release this year. Next year, maybe 2025.
Yeah. I
The hell is taking them? I know we say, take your time and everything, but like, what is taking so long, honestly? Are you just banking them Xbox checks and just being like, yeah, it's not done yet. Can we have another like 500,000 funding this month? Can we have a 500? Just seeing how far they can push it. And they're like, yeah, it was done 3 years ago, guys. You've just been buying this free shit
no
for
doubt.
the past decade.
Well,
Uh,
let's stay in Hope Land. Alan Wake 2 Game Pass.
ooh.
I think it's obvious at this point that it's just not been a commercial success at all.
Mm.
You need to get some funding somehow, some way. It's been on the market long enough. People have made up their mind if they're going to buy it or not. And yeah, how about throw a $30 million Game Pass bag at them, and there you go. Make you a little, make you a couple bucks, Remedy. Which I know it's an Epic deal, which that I guess that could get a bit murky. But Epic, they have they ever put anything on subscription services? I guess that would kind of fuck up my whole prediction here. But fuck it, whatever. I'm keeping it in there. Alan Wake 2 goes to Game Pass. This is a
I
lot.
don't actually know.
Yeah,
I
I mean
can't think.
this is obviously, and this is a lot different than Fortnite, of course. The
Mm.
money is a bit tighter around the Alan Wake realm than it is around the Fortnite realm. So yeah. What's your next one?
Oh God, I closed it. Right, there we go. Oh, this is delusional, but screw it. A fire sale for the 360 still for its upcoming closure. Just
Oh,
sale anything that you can get anybody to agree to, and just scoop. Because what I don't understand, that the counter argument to it is, if you wanted that stuff, you would go out and buy it. Okay, sure. But what's more tantalizing than knowing it's going to close and then knowing that everything's 90? You're more likely to boot that up and be like, okay, I'll scoop a few things up. Why not?
yeah.
If you still have a 360 lying around and you know that some of these games didn't receive back compat options and now they're at the lowest they've ever been digitally in years, just make a little bit more money.
I This is probably should be in Dream territory. RE9 announcement. Because they always have the one big third party. Last year was Star Wars Outlaws,
Yeah.
Infinite Wealth. They like to showcase a big third party AAA title. Usually Capcom goes with PlayStation showcases for Resident Evil, but I think that Microsoft has found that it's probably pretty lucrative to get those marketing deals. And if there's some way that you can spin it to maybe have, because RE2 and 3 are in Game Pass right now. If you
Hmm.
throw 4 in there before the release of 9, 7, 8, like just have a big Game Pass get for the Resident Evil series, and then have RE9 kind of on the horizon as like the next, this is a big, have it make it feel like a big deal for Xbox.
Yeah, I think they did that for the upcoming release of Four's remake and Village, adding stuff into Game Pass
Right.
from RE. So, and we know that it's, well, I shouldn't say we know. It's heavily speculated it's an early next year release for RE9. So it's,
Yeah.
it's very, very close.
and that's kind of where my brain was. I was like, okay, if this is going to come in January, it's not going to get announced at the Game Awards. That's in December.
Mm.
So it'll either get announced at the PlayStation Showcase or at the Xbox
Summer
Showcase.
Summer Games Fest maybe at the latest.
I don't think Summer Games Fest is big enough for
Mm.
it could be, but Summer Game Fest usually just shows a bunch of shit we already know about. Yeah, RE9 announced, not obviously not an exclusive, not coming to Game Pass, just third party.
They own Capcom now,
Ew.
so they can run them into the ground. Oh dear. Um, I mean, it feels disgusting even saying this, but showing some gameplay on either Perfect Dark or Everwild, I don't, I don't think this is, it fits, but it's unrealistic.
Which would you say is less likely? I would actually say Perfect Dark is less likely than
Yeah,
Everwild, which is crazy to say.
yeah. I think we're more likely to see Everwild than we are Perfect Dark. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Perfect Dark.
So wild. Um,
It's so Everwild.
my last one on the dock. Oh, fuck, man. I got a couple here that I'm thinking about. This is so something's wrong, but I'm gonna throw it down. Contraband from the Just Cause Mad Max creators, or Mad Max video game creators. Um, they make incredible open world, destructive environments. They're fun as shit. They partnered up with Xbox for an exclusive, seemingly like drug smuggling open world co-op game. They don't traditionally make co-op games, so I'm wondering if they ran into trouble with that. I we haven't seen anything of it since like 2021, and we didn't see anything at all in 2021, so hard to get really excited, but I, you feel like it has to be time to see something on this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
But now we move into the fun spot for the predictions, or not even predictions at this point. We're talking dreams.
The
Three
pure
dreams.
delusional picks that will never happen,
Absolutely.
but if we were in charge, would.
100.
And for me, it would be another batch of backwards compatible titles just
There
before
you
the store
go.
closes. Get some because apparently whatever's backwards compat will stay on sale, supposedly. That's not going anywhere. They're moving that forward with the store, apparently. So just one last batch to be like, oh, here you go. But
Anything
that's
in
not going to
particular
happen.
you'd like to see?
Alpha Protocol. um, man, put me on the spot.
Dude, I mean, they have so many original Xbox exclusives. Blood Wake and fucking is I think Brute Force is available if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. But
The other half of the Persona fighting game, I think it's Persona 4 Arena. I think Ultimax was backwards compat. Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, please. Thank you.
yeah. Damn, man. They had such a unique original Xbox lineup of exclusive titles. Just like sitting over here looking at these bitches. And yeah. Every time I look at Circus Maximus, I get a little laugh. Just such a unique game. And Breakdown and man,
Test
some fun
Drive, there we
games.
go. That'll be something I'll pull out my hat. Give me Test Drive again.
There you go. All right. Dream pick for me, total fucking delusion. KOTOR remake. Uh, we know it's in an awful state. PlayStation doesn't want anything to do with it anymore, seemingly. So might as well pick it up. Um, just try to salvage it.
Yeah,
I
you're
th
stepping shit every other time. Might as well add some more to your feet.
I mean, I think that there's a part where it's like, you do have some heritage with this franchise, so there has to be an appeal there. But I also
Mm.
wonder if they just passed on it because of the team. Like from the get-go, I wonder if Xbox was just like, yeah, we're not going to get into a bidding war with Aspire developing a fucking KOTOR game. And I'm not
That would
saying
mean that that means where they have quality assurance though, and that's not the case.
you're not wrong.
Oh,
You're
I
not
don't
wrong.
know. I would
But
hope it's a good pick. It's a good pick for sure.
I would absolutely fucking love it. I would love just to see somebody get behind this thing and get it out the door and then, not be just like a slight up-res remaster thing, like a full-on remake, because that game needs a full-on remake. But KOTOR remake, dream pick, faux show. What's your second?
Um, a remaster of Lost Odyssey, and to further that even more, treat this as your Final Fantasy and just build a series out of it.
Yeah.
Have this as your traditional JRPG because you're sitting on it and you've done nothing with it, so you may as well do something.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Do you think they're just done with Japan? Do you think that has something to do with closing Tango?
I It's probably one of the only things that makes sense because it was the only thing that probably appealed to any Japanese fan,
Right.
is whatever Tango would have been putting out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even think about that. I wish we would have included that, but that actually might be the most logical answer there. Um, you know what? My second dream pick, if we're going full crazy, GTA clone. I I booted up
Hell
Crackdown.
yeah. Oh
I bo
God. Which
yeah,
one?
the first one. And it's awful, but like it's not awful, but it's just these I wonder what happened because supposedly Crackdown 1 and 2 were received pretty well and then 3 was not.
Yeah.
But like I wonder why they wouldn't take a more serious like put real I'm not saying there wasn't real effort behind Crackdown, but like really try to capitalize on that market. It just seems like Microsoft could be the, fucking richest company in the world. It could probably create a Grand Theft Auto clone. It probably has the
Mm.
resources. Like it's probably the only company that has the resources to actually compete with GTA. And I mean, the most if you're really trying to double, triple, quadruple down on fucking premier huge titles and you want to get away from Pentiments and hi-fi rushes, there's literally
What better
not
way to do that?
yeah, there's no such thing as a bigger game than Grand Theft Auto. So like why not why not attempt that as well? If you want to go all out, go all out. Really? Because but here's the thing. The problem with Grand Theft Auto, opposed to a lot of these other huge, overnight sensations, is there's quality. It wasn't
Mm.
just a lightning in the bottle, like, oh shit, this caught on and a bunch of people started playing it. And it's like really fucking hard to make too.
Every single title that they drop is the thing that pushes gaming to that next step. Every single time without fail,
Yeah.
which is crazy to think about. Like I know we give them praise and they obviously have a lot of pedigree as a developer, but like how hard is it to do that every single time without fail? The closest they came to failing, which wasn't technically them, obviously it was Grove Street Games, and that was the definitive edition screwing that up.
Right.
Everything that they have a hand in is just a masterpiece. Okay, maybe Red Dead Online 2 could have been a little bit given a little bit more love, but
Totally.
they don't want to spread themselves like the what was the quote? Too much butter on
Peanut
whatever.
butter on a bread oh, go stick your head in sand.
Yeah,
Good
that quote.
God. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's the in a best case scenario, the richest companies in the world would be the ones pushing gaming forward. because they're
Mm,
the only motherfuckers with the resources to do so. So,
yeah.
but
Dude, pick the Godfather IP up. Just do that.
ooh, absolutely a new
Make that your
Godfather.
GTA clone. You'd have the snappiness of the name and the recognition of it, and just make that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm sure you could probably buy the damn IP. You, you got the money to do
Do
all that
Middle
shit.
Earth and Friends tactic.
Swear to God, man. And I shouldn't.
Godfather and buddies.
I said earlier that something about pushing the industry forward, they're the only ones that can do it because they have the resources. That's really not true because indies often push the industry forward more than even triple A's. But what I'm kind of saying is like to be able to push the industry forward in the way that like a Grand Theft Auto does,
Yeah.
the only company I could see being even a viable option for that is Microsoft. Like I don't think Sony even has the money to get in that field. I could be wrong, but like I don't think that Sony is
No,
willing to
it would take a hell of a lot of restructuring. They'd have to
because
cut a lot of their projects.
that's going to be $1 billion game, GTA 6, all when it's all said and done. Like Microsoft's the only company that could do that. But
Absolutely.
yeah, what's your last dream pick, man?
This is entirely a selfish me pick, and that is for Christ's sake, give me an update to the Series X that lets me earn achievements, not fucking connected to the internet. Please, for the love of God.
To add achievements without being connected to the internet?
Yeah, just more functionality offline. Jesus Christ. And
Okay,
this
yeah.
is this is the pure delusional thing of this is an entire dream. This will never happen. But this would be my number one thing for me personally.
Yeah. I it might be mine as well, just to be able to actually
Christ almighty. Yeah.
install your games without being connected to the internet. Be able, I mean, dude, at times, like even just getting the Xbox to turn on is a pain in the ass because like I'm having to go and retest my network because it's saying I'm not connected, and then I got to restart the console because it's saying I'm not
Oh, you
connected. And
get
then,
that as well?
yes,
You get that as well? You can the way I fix it, because it constantly says like shit nat type for me, you just have to scan the nat 3 times in a row and then it turns to open and everything just works the way
oh
it should.
really?
Yeah.
I'll have to keep that in mind because yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And
Hmm.
I'll even add to your pick, just fucking the DRM shit.
Yep.
That's probably my ultimate dream pick. Like, you know what? I'll throw that down as my third. Well, no, that wouldn't be my third.
No,
But
you can add that on to mine. That can be
okay,
a plus. Get rid of your shitty DRM. Christ almighty.
DRM, man. Good God. Because like all this talk about forward compatibility means nothing if there's DRM restrictions in place. Nothing is preserved whenever you're forced to fucking connect to the internet for every single thing. Um, but my third and final prediction here. Or this is a dream pick, not a prediction. I damn man. I got a couple that I'm scanning over. I think I'm gonna go with one that I actually do think it makes some sense. Dino Crisis,
Oh.
because Dino Crisis 3 was Xbox exclusive. So there is like at least it was bad, but there is a precedent here for Dino Crisis having an association with Xbox. And I think that is kind of like it could be funny just seeing Dino Crisis pop back up or associated with Xbox. Like I think that it would generate some negative headlines of people being like, "Oh, the last time that Dino Crisis was exclusive to Xbox, we got Dino Crisis 3, a woeful game." That all the articles and shit. But I don't know, for the fact that there is at least some precedent of a Dino Crisis game being and I'm not even saying my dream pick would be for it to remain exclusive for the fourth game, I think it'll probably be a remake, so I'll even just go ahead and throw that in there. I don't think it'll be exclusive or anything, but like, here's the thing. If RE9 got announced at PlayStation show and then Dino Crisis got announced at the Xbox show, like, I mean, that'd be so sick. And once again, I'm trying to justify it. There's no real way to justify it. It's a total dream pick, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'd be really, I'd be hyped for that. Super hyped for that. But those are our dream picks. Got them jotted down here. Not going to rattle them off. Everybody can see them at home. Scan through them real quick. We have the realistic, the unrealistic, but still possible, and the dream picks. And we will be updating this after the showcase, June 9th. So I gotta say, my ultimate dream pick, the one I really wanted to go with, is because that Mandalorian game got canceled
Mm,
from EA. I really want to see the Coalition's take on a Mandalorian game. I mean, it is like so set up perfectly. A Gears of War styled, not even necessarily Mandalorian, but a bounty hunter game where it controls like that, but maybe you have a jetpack to traverse, third person shooter, just over the shoulder, fucking crunchy combat. Like that's probably my dream pick of all dream picks.
mm.
Um, but yeah, I just with all the rumor of Gear 6 like seemingly being almost confirmed at this point, I think that's probably like just a lock.
Yeah, I think they could do it justice if they were given the opportunity.
No doubt. That team's talented as shit, man. But shit, yeah, man. Those are our picks. Hit us in the comments down below with your picks, predictions, selections for what you think will show up. Is there anything you wanted to add to your list or anything you wanted to shout out, Lynn?
Nope, let's do or die. June what? 7th?
June 9th, yeah.
June 9th? Yep, there you go. That's all I'll add.
Yeah, I do think it is do or die. Well, I shouldn't go that far, but it feels that way right now. It definitely feels that way. But I think last year it kind of felt the same way after Redfall. But this is like amplified because we also have Redfall to look back on, and then also the closure of Tango and Arcane Austin. So it's like everything's just amplifying to this breaking point of sorts. So they got to hit it out of the park. And like I said, we'll be back here, we'll review it, and we'll be honest. Like Loon is a fucking 400,000 gamer score having motherfucker. He's committed to the Xbox ecosystem. So for him to be dooming and glooming, uh, that's not that says a lot about the state of Xbox right now.
Yeah,
But
no, absolutely.
with you being such a big fan, I think you'll also be happy as shit to have a great showcase that we can ramble on about
Yeah, here's hoping. Here's hoping.
for sure.
Announce some cool stuff and fucking deliver on it.
Some surprises would be really nice. Just
Yep.
something that's like, oh wow, that something that makes you get up out of your seat. Because like I think when we look over this entire list, and I don't mean to keep on delaying this fucking show for hours. But like if you look over your list, what is the one thing that would make you really get out of your seat? That's not dream picks.
The Fallout classics for me
Okay.
because it falls into that line of like how I felt when they showed Stalker. It's something I don't think is was ever be possible that they would appear on an Xbox.
I'm gonna highlight the games that would make me get out of my seat, or the game that would make me get out of my seat, out of my list as well. Um, because I think that what we're looking at is kind of in a weird situation where we know so much about the future of
Yeah,
Xbox. And it's like just okay, well, we have this game coming. It's probably time to get an update. It's probably time to get gameplay. It's probably time to get a release date. I think out of my entire list, Judgment 3
that's what
might
I
be
was gonna probably say you'd go with. Yeah,
because it would just be so unexpected. Obviously, that was my game of the year for 2021. Loved it. Um, but it just doesn't feel like and I don't mean to be so negative, but it just doesn't feel like this show is even really capable of surprises because we have so many updates that we have to get. Because
Because they
like
have
these,
so much in the backlog and still in the pipeline. Like they shouldn't have most of these titles down there. They should be out already.
exactly, exactly.
Oh, good.
Well, we'll tune back in. We hope to be wrong. Genuinely, we hope to be wrong. Like I have no fucking I want to be playing great games. So I hope to be wrong, but we shall come back June probably 9th or maybe June 10th at the latest with a review of the show. We appreciate you good people for tuning in and we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Let 'em